Are we back up? Looks like we are back up. My internet was down for a second there. How are we looking? Kissinger! Kissinger has arrived. He has arrived. What up, Kissinger? What do you mean the battle station is fully operational? What battle station? Oh, this battle station. I'm the battle station. Your mom's the battle station. Oh! Okay. So here's what I want to do. We're going to go look for some game specific things. Like, what if I search story Pokemon? Let's look for some Pokemon humor, angst. Where's the Pokemon erotica fan fiction? That's what I want to read. That's I can't believe I'm about to type Pokemon erotica. Pokemon erotica. A Pokemon erotica involving Eevee and Devon. Oh man. Ash Ketchum's Tickle Harem. How many words is 5,000 words? Yeah. They're both 5,000 words. How big is 5,000 words? That's a lot. That's a lot. Fuck, man. Can't we just like jump right into the action here? How many is this? This one is more manageable. Look, Lizzie, we're going through this, okay? Forget your childhood. We're gonna make it through this. All of us. All of us are gonna make it through this. Okay, here we go. Pokemon one-shot erotica. This will be full of Pokemon one-shot erotica. I will take suggestions, only Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry if I'm bad at these. It doesn't matter, Clockwork. You tried, okay? It brings a tear to my eye. You know? Everybody just sits down and they're like, I'm gonna write about Pokemon fucking each other. And they do it. They don't give a fuck. My heroes. Okay. Here we go. We're doing this. We're doing this. Both Galahad and Naira had been raised by their trainer since eggs. This is I can't do this. I can't. We're doing it. They weren't of the same parents, but they both hatched at around the same time. They trained and fought together, being the two closest friends of the team. The other Pokemon snickered and teased at them, though they paid no attention to them. Galahad, Naira, you two are in charge while I'm out. Everyone else, you listen to what they say till I come back. You hear? Mike, their trainer, said to his team, all released in the backyard. Mike would be gone for a whole day to visit relatives. The whole team nodded and waved their goodbyes to Mike, who they wouldn't see until late tomorrow. All the Pokemon except Galahad and Naira huddled in a circle, muttering their plans for the day. The Gardevoir and Galids didn't take much notice of this. I'm going to be resting under that tree over there. Nye, you? Naira shook her head. I'm training. Mike may have left us, but that's no excuse to cut off training. Galahad only shrugged at the figure of his friend walking away to train. Scorvo, the Gliscor of the team, flew and landed next to Galahad with a grin. You ain't gonna go after her, bud? Nah, she can go and do her own stuff. Scorvo chuckled. You don't need to lie, you know. We've been a team for 3 years now. It's not exactly a secret. You and Naira like each other. Oh shit, this is where it's gonna get fucking... Galahad blushed and stuttered. That's not true. Giratina, burn me if it isn't. Look, I took the liberty of researching a little bit for you, though I'm not sure you already know this. Galahad sighed. If it's about mating season, I already know. Oh, fuck, it's mating season, y'all. Then what are you waiting for? Galahad shrugged. I don't know. Scorvo sighed. I got a plan, but you gotta make sure you succeed. The Scorvo leaned in and started whispering his plan to Galahad. We're talking about mating season, y'all. Naira blasted down a few more targets and wiped some sweat off her forehead. She had been going at this for about 10 minutes when her only female friend in the team, Frost of Frostless, floated up next to Naira. With her naturally cold yet soft voice, she pointed out, Wow, Nye, you're working harder than when we're with Mike. What's up? The emotion Pokemon opened her mouth to answer before Frost piped up again. Oh, wait, don't tell me. It's Galahad, isn't it? Naira blushed and stuttered out. No! Frost giggled. Ooh, it's so obvious. Shut up! But this is too much of an opportunity to squander. Naira turned away from Frost with embarrassed anger. Leave me alone. Frost floated up next to Naira, waggling her finger like a mother would to her child. Tisk tisk, you shouldn't deny your feelings. Now I know it's mating season for the both of you, and I can pretty much smell your arousal already. You better make your move fast. Frost giggled as Naira blushed even more. Frost turned her hand over to her shoulder and said with a teasing grin, Seems that he's coming. Have fun. And with that, Frostless melded into the shadows of one of the trees just as Galahad came up to her. Oh yeah, this is getting serious, Lizzie. You better get your erotica pants on and put some extra towels down. Naira flushed at the sight of Galahad. She couldn't deny that Frost was right when she said she was aroused. Under her dress, she was already wet. She managed to stutter out at Galahad, blushing still. What are you doing here? Galahad shrugged. I was bored. Wanted to see how your training was going. He took a quick glance at the destroyed dummies, then at Naira, raising his eyebrows. Damn, looks like you're training harder than usual. Well, I was just about to finish, actually. She rubbed her left arm with her right as she looked down at the ground slightly, still blushing. Galahad tilted his head at this. Oh, But you wouldn't mind one last exercise, would you? I'm my man. Going in. Naira looked up with a confused and curious look. What would that be? A spar, he said with a grin and continued. And how about we put a little wager while we're at it? The winner gets to do anything they want with the loser. Naira only nodded, but in her mind were thoughts flowing. A majority of them very lewd. She snapped out of her trance and backed up. Oh fuck, I lost the spot. Oh shit, where? Naira only nodded, but in her mind were thoughts flowing. A majority of them lewd. Why is this thing sticking? Sorry, my mouse is sticking. Where was I? She snapped out of her trance and backed up. Let's start then. Galahad nodded in return and got into a fighting position. En garde. The battle between the two was very equal, as it should be. Okay, it's 2017. We're all equal, as they were both at the same level of skill. You see, it's a very progressive story here. Though it was all decided when a stray moonblast slammed Galahad into the trunk of a tree. He had lost, and the sad part was his plan wouldn't go through. He raised a hand and yelled out, still slumped against the tree. All right, you win. What do you want to do with me? Naira strode up to Galahad, still graceful even after the battle. Galahad couldn't deny that he desired her, but since he lost, he knew the plan wouldn't go through. Naira contemplated her choices. Her common sense told her not to go with what she was thinking, but her lust was too strong. She got on all fours and leaned in towards Galahad and whispered seductively with a smile to match. How about we have a little fun? Galahad didn't have time to think as her lips have met his and their tongues already dancing for dominance. This shit got good, son! They embraced each other while doing this, rolling around on the lush green grass. The two both pulled away from their long kiss reluctantly, both panting heavily. Galahad said in between breaths, "Are you sure about this?" Naira giggled as she slipped down and got on. Naira giggled as she. Let me see if I have roommates home, yo. I don't want to be saying this shit out loud. I'm good, yo. We can scream all the fucking Pokemon fan fiction we want. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Where were we? Um. Where were we? Da 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 da. Are you sure about this? Oh. Hello. Yo. Sorry. I know, right? Like, oh, we're getting to the good stuff, and I'm delaying it. Okay, all right. No, we're here. We're here. We're getting to the good stuff. Okay. Where was it? Are you sure about this? Naira giggled as she slipped down and got on eye level with his fully aroused length. Positive was her last word before she slowly started scaling the shaft with her tongue, making sure every inch was covered. I like how dude is just naked now. Like there was no difference between whatever. Galahad let out a moan of pleasure. His body went slack and his jaw fell open. He had never felt this feeling before, and he was loving it. He thought he couldn't take any more when he felt his member being swallowed. His member? Naira, now bobbing up and down the whole length slowly. He moaned and groaned multiple times at the feeling of her mouth around his cock, her soft and delicate hands massaging his balls. It wasn't long before he couldn't take it anymore and yelled out pure ecstasy, arching his back as he unloaded his seed into her mouth, which she greedily and impressively swallowed. The soft voice of Naira jeered and teased at Galahad with only one sentence. You tasted so good. She pulled away from Galahad, who was still in a state of shock and pleasure. She lifted her dress with one hand, revealing her already very wet cunt. I know you want it. Galahad knew this was wrong. He knew he should have said no and stopped right there, but he had been waiting too long for this moment. He walked up to Naira, the gleam in his eye belonging to that of a predator. He grabbed her hips for leverage as he slowly pushed himself in, every slow thrust filling her up as they moaned at every thrust in unison. Naira's breathing got heavier, screams of pain indistinguishable from moans of pleasure. Her walls tightened around his cock. Remember, we're talking about Pokemon here, just to make sure we're all on the same level. Her walls tightened around his cock, covering him with her juices. Faster, please, Naira begged, and Galahad complied. His thrusts became rougher and faster, soon poking at the entrance of her womb. Can you do that? Naira yelled out, pain and pleasure, but were cut off with Galahad's lips pressing against her. Her tongue danced as he continued thrusting, muffling their moans. They both suddenly pulled away from the kiss and screamed ecstasy as they arched their backs, releasing their juices into each other. That's a pretty picture. Galahad collapsed onto Naira's body, and they both rolled sideways, laying down sideways on the grass as they looked into their eyes, panting heavily. Galahad was first to speak. How long? He questioned with a raised eyebrow. His arms were wrapped around her body. Naira blushed and stuttered. How long what? Galahad chuckled. How long have you wanted to do this? Her blush brightened even more. For a while now, actually. She sighed. I actually got so desperate, I shagged off an Alakazam. Woo! Damn! That's some very nice post-coital talk, isn't it? It's been a while. I was so desperate. I shagged an Alakazam. We've been there. Rock bottom. Galahad stroked Naira's cheek with a smirk. Well, you are mine now. as I am yours. He planted a small kiss on her forehead and said, I love you. Naira blushed and replied, I love you too. With that, she slowly buried into his shoulder. Galahad hugged Naira, enjoying this moment alone. They stayed like that for a while before Naira asked, So, what now? Galahad pondered about this for a moment before his smirk turned into an evil grin. He whispered seductively into Naira's ear, Anal. What? Can you do that? Does that work? I know what I'm trying this weekend. Naira, completely taken aback by the sudden suggestion, only stuttered out one word. What? Galahad said, more like a command rather than a suggestion. Turn around and get on all fours. Now. Naira understood the message and did so. She looked behind her shoulder, a look of confusion and worry riddling her face. Are you sure about this? Galahad got on his knees and aligned his length with her anus. Pretty. With that, he grabbed her ass for leverage and pushed himself inside. His thrusts rough and furious. Naira screamed a mixture of pain and pleasure as she was penetrated. Her already tight walls tightening around his cock. She soon started screaming his name as if asking for more. He returned the favor and went faster and rougher. Naira started bouncing because of the thrusts, her breasts jiggling slightly as she met his thrust halfway. You like this, don't you? He asked, still thrusting furiously. Naira replied immediately in one of her yells. Yes! Yes, please! Ah! That's how it happened in my head. Galahad continued his interrogation. You like fucking, don't you? You like my cock, don't you? Yes! Yes, I do! Fuck me! Ah! Her juices squirted messily on the grass below her at the same time Galahad came into her ass. She heard his husky chuckle as she passed out, having exhausted all her energy. Little to her knowledge, Galahad was already having round two, fingering her wet pussy slowly while she slept. These are Pokemon, right? What the fuck is a Galahad? Is that a Pokemon? I have to... Is this Pokemon? What the fuck is this? I have no idea. What just happened? Are these just names? These are just names. These aren't Pokemon, right? Just random names. Okay. So, so that was fun. Let me catch up with the chat here. Mm-hmm. 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 Basically. Oh, Suppressive was here for a little bit. That's funny. Basically. Okay. So, here's the thing. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I think we're gonna stop there because these people are already bothering me. So I'm gonna go deal with their shit. So that was the first reading. I don't know. I don't know how well that went. I usually know how well my other streams go. At least how I did it, but I've never done a stream like this where I'm just reading. So I have to go back and look at the video, evaluate, see what's going on. But I had fun. I like reading. I'm not a great reader, but I do like reading aloud. So we'll start doing some more creative stuff. I'd like to open up the channel a bit. I don't necessarily think it needs to be just about gaming, but more as a general creative outlet for me. So we'll do more stuff like that. Oh, my icon! Look at my icon. It's so fucking. It's something. It's definitely something. So that's gonna be it. Everybody that came through, thanks for kicking it. Nikita, Lizzie, Fart. Where's Kissinger? Kissinger's still there. Suppressive made a little appearance. And that's gonna be that. I'm out. Anal. 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 Anal.